Lately back with another video, and today's video is going to be the Quad Season 1 Episode 3 review. So we are back. This episode takes place. The president is having a party at her residence to do the kickoff for the Capitol fundraising campaign. Her goal, Dr. Flex's goal, is to try to get as many donors as possible to donate revenue and money towards the university. So she's hobnobbing the mountain marching. Cats are there where it's the jazz ensemble. They got Melody helping them out. So they're pretty much setting up and getting ready to, take hold. So the guests have arrived. Dr. Fletcher is mingling and smoozing with the people, and all of a sudden Jason, aka Six Pack, arrives. He comes with one of the fellow professors who he has been hired as a teacher assistant. So the professor brings him along thinking she's going to introduce him, but have not one clue that he is messing around with Dr. Fletcher. It flashed back to, she then flashes back to a few weeks prior. She's on the phone conducting business, and he just got out the shower and he's kissing on her. So this is obviously based on the episode from last week, has showed that she has let this fool in, and that's her screwing buddy. That's her fuck buddy. So he's, asking her about the event, and she's saying, we need to be discreet, based upon my status with the university and you being a student. And he said he understands, but he whizzled his way by using a fellow professor in. So she is definitely uneasy. She's not happy that he is there, but she somehow tried to play it cool. Cedric shows up, and he's been invited by Dr. Fletcher to perform a spoken word piece. So he shows up, and the security guards are giving him a hard time, and he lets them know, no, I was invited, by the president. So they do, look again, and he's on the list, and they was just saying how, he got off scot-free. Had that been them, they would have been under the jail cell. So that was, showing a little jealousy of the fact that Cedric, had to walk away. But, Cedric didn't do it. So, he didn't do it. It's obvious that Cedric is pretty scarred. He's, not feeling the scene. It's like he's not feeling his, his time back at GAMU. He flashed back, and it shows that him and Dr. Flex, Dr. Flex had invited him to come to perform. He's really not feeling it. He's really not feeling the scene. So we move along. Dr. Fletcher is trying to get rid of Jason somehow, some way. She wants to get rid of him. She's wondering what the hell he's doing. And then he was, saying he wanted to check out the party. He was invited. So up walks Sydney, and Dr. Fletcher try to give a brief introduction of Sydney being her daughter, and he perks up. So they have a little conversation. Dr. Fletcher comes back, and Sydney is actually trying to flirt with Jason to the fact that she even puts her cell phone put her number into his cell phone and walks off. And she said, are you trying to flirt with my daughter? And he was like, no. He was like, I like older women. But she still wants him to get the hell out. He wants to go up to the bedroom, get a quickie. She ain't feeling it. She's not feeling this at all. She's really feeling uneasy about this whole situation just because of the status of her relationship and her position at the university. Next, we moved over to Mr. Diamond. So Mr. Diamond's there. He's leading the band, and he has played a number of pieces as well throughout the evening. So once he complete his performance, he gets up and he starts to feel pains, but he tries to plays it off. So he goes to grab a drink. It flashes back to, like, I guess that was just, I guess, yesterday or a few days before. So they showing him in bed, and this is a weekly prostitute, I guess, that he because he paid her. So I'm assuming this is a prostitute that visit him weekly. And during their encounter, well, not the act, they was done like it was done with the act, but while he was laying there talking, he experienced more pain. And, he mentions to the prostitute that he's been diagnosed with lung cancer. And of course, the doctors want to, pursue different treatments, and he's not feeling that. He was like, well, I got a rehearsal. I got to do this. I got to play for this damn president's party. So he hasn't started treatment yet. He was saying how he wanted to tell his sister, but he ended up not telling him. So he was really opening up to this prostitute about, his health and, his life at that point. So I'm waiting to see how this is going to play out, because if you've seen the week prior, he also had some pain. So it's like this pain is going to be ongoing, and we're going to see what happens with this lung cancer. But I think that might be the lung cancer and the sickness is probably going to be his demise off the demise of him, stepping from his position. So Cedric is freaking out. He's really feeling out of place here. He comes across Melanie and he asks her to, allow him to help her. She's like working out setting up some equipment, working out some equipment. She's the flunky today for the band. They brought her along to help set up, and, she's the fetching and becking girl, the step and fetch girl today. So giving them water, making sure that she bring food to them. So she's like, kind of sort of being hazed, but not in a harmful way. So Melanie and Cedric is, talking. He asks her when the last time she heard from Ebony. And she said she's been so busy she haven't had a chance to talk to her. But he said he's been keeping in contact with her, and he said he was trying to go make plans to visit her eventually. So that was pretty much that. They were showing Vice President Periwinkle. He was there, and he was talking to one of, I guess, I don't know if this was an alumni, another staff member, but they were saying, oh, I thought you was going to, help get rid of Dr. Fletcher. She's, hanging in there. And he said, well, the band is, the band. It's nationally known. The football team, surprisingly, are doing very well this season, which they do. There are 3 football players there representing, but I think that's Terrence. They showing Terrence again. They were saying, Terrence is in danger of possibly, losing his spot still. So going back to Vice President Periwinkle, he's there. He's just thinking what the guy said, and it actually shows that he was pursuing another job at another university. I mean, they had provided him with the contract and asked him to sign on the dotted line with their special pen. He went to grab for the pen, but he decided he could not go through with it. He was saying the maroon and black bleed through his veins. He got his undergrad there. He got his master's there. He went to another school to pursue his PhD, but he said as soon as he got done, as soon as he got done and graduated, he ran back to GAMU, being willing to take whatever position they could give him because he wanted it so bad. And he apologized to the gentleman for wasting their time, but he just really felt like he still belongs at GAMU. So Cedric, going back to Cedric, so it's time for Cedric to perform. At first, he sees Bryson's dad. Bryson's there too, by the way. Bryson's there. The daughter Sydney's white roommate. They're all there. She has a few students there. So Cedric is, looking at Bryson's dad, and he kind of flip out a little bit. So he started out doing the spoken word piece. normally, and then all of a sudden a switch just went off, and he just went and started snapping and saying inappropriate stuff, and then everybody's face just just dropped. And then Bryson daddy didn't make it no better. He said, see, I told y'all he was up to no good. So Cedric obviously needs some help. I really think Cedric needs some counseling, because he has not recovered from all what's going on with Chantel. I know everybody's trying to push him along and help him get back on track, but I really feel like that he's not on track. Something else that happened, I'm trying to think. This was, I think, was a low-key episode. Sydney's roommate, I guess her boyfriend was coming to visit her or come to see her, or supposed to be coming to attend an event, but he ended up not seeing her. And then all of a sudden, Melanie was like a little instigator. She was talking to the football player, saying, yeah, the band's talking trash about y'all. And then she'll go over to the drum major, which he was treating her like bull crap. And even Cedric said, you don't have to take that. And she was like, well, I'm a freshman. It's only for now. So she had put a little buzz in the drum major ear that the football team players was talking trash about them. So somehow they end up, messing the party up by starting a fight. And then she's just over in the corner laughing because she kind of instigated both of them. So that was pretty much it. How the episode ended, all of a sudden, it was a video that started just popping up. I don't know if it popped up through the university website, but everybody's phones was going off, and it was showing a video. It was showing a video of a young man and a girl, and it's like they were talking, but then all of a sudden it's like, the man has, rushed the girl into the bushes, and like he was forcing her to have sex. So Sydney's roommate first sees the video, and then she shows it to Sydney, and then all of a sudden Sydney just have a breakdown, an emotional breakdown. She's just crying. So we believe in what the preview from next week's episode shows us, that it is Sydney, and it's going to be about, what's going to be is the issue of, was it assault? Was she raped? Or, was it consensual sex? So that's going to be the battle next week. They did show the video being uploaded. Somebody was uploading the video, but we don't know by who. It supposed to have been somebody that was in police. Like it could have been in a police uniform, but they didn't show their face. So I think that's going to come out along the way in terms of, who did it. I don't know if that's going to come out, but that's some of the clues we saw. So next week should be interesting. I don't know if this is going to be Sydney's turnaround point. I hope it is, but this episode was pretty light. I think Ebony is going to pop back up, and she's going to be talking to Melanie in the next episode saying, oh, so you took my spot. So that is it. Stay tuned for next week's episode and next week's review. For you all who are a subscriber, nice seeing you all. Thanks for tuning in. And to all of those who are new to my channel, if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. We'd be happy to have you, and you can enjoy all my good videos. And make sure you click the bell or the link button, so that way you'll get a notification every time I upload a video. That's it. That's all. Hope you're having a fantastic week. I know mine's been crazy as hell because I'm getting ready for the 3rd annual African American Achievement Awards at St. Xavier University. So I'm planning to do a video that highlights some aspects of that as well. But that is it. That's all. As always. Peace.